Hi, my name is Brian Foley, and this is programming assignment 4. I did everything in Visual Code, and since there's no arguments to put in here, I'm just going to run it right from Visual Code. And we'll go ahead and just go through the grading rubric here. And I'll talk about the code a little bit as well. So the first thing here is to build a table that prints the routes out like this. It initializes it with all values are n, so just some number, and then by the time the tables converge, the numbers are all set in there. So I'll show you that here, and then send routes. I'll show you how that works correctly, and update routes. So here is the first one, simulation, and I'll go ahead and just clear that window, and I'll run this. And as you can see right here, the table prints out and it has ends, and then it's also initialized with its neighbor routes. And as it goes through, it'll keep on passing that back and forth, router B to router A, and all the routes will be updated for both of them. They converge, and then the messages are sent. So how those the routing table messages are sent is going to be in router class, and it's just going to be stringified, the routing tables for each router, and then they're just sent as a string, and then they are parsed out upon retrieval, which is done table to string right here. Table to string, and that puts it in a packet, and then it sends it over. And here in this function, update routes, it's going to take apart that message, and it's going to find the host delivery and just parse out that string. So that works correctly there. I'll go on to the next part here. Forward packet sends packets always on interface 1. That's modified now because it'll now send it on either 0 or 1, or the fastest path interface. And I got that all set up in simulation for the host 2 to send a reply. And that's done. I'll show you the code for that. That's done right here. Simulation. So yep, here is the reply message. So I'll go ahead and run this simulation. I'm going to go ahead and look at the code for where that's all set up. It's going to be right here. So as you can see, router B, that's routing information. Here's the packet. Host 1 sends the packet. Host 2 receives the packet. Host 2 sends the reply message back out. And it goes back through router B, then router A, and then router 1 receives that packet. And this is where that is done, right here in forward packet. And all it does is just, instead of just sending it to 1, it finds the one with the least amount of cost, and it's going to send it to that node. And then finally, we have the last thing, the configuration's all set right here. Briefly go over that. Simulation 3. Oh, do that. Simulation 3. Okay, so you can see here our routing table is a lot bigger. And how that was all set up was each cost had to be updated. Each router had to have a cost, or if there was 3 routes coming from one, like router A and router D, there was three links to it. Right there, and then each link had to be created. And this one got a little bit difficult. I didn't figure out the end, but due to time constraints, I'm gonna go ahead and submit it right now. As you can see, there's ends in there, but I got as far as I could and got everything all set up to this point. So that's pretty much it right there. This is programming assignment 4. My name is Brian Foley, and that's that.